Hi everyone, Lewis here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys some more DayZ Standalone news. It has just been 3 weeks since I last made a video on everything that's happening in the not so magical world of DayZ Standalone, but recently there's actually been quite a lot of big news, and by recently I mean it just happened yesterday. The footage in the background is from the previous DayZ dev blog. I realised of course I did show you guys this same footage in the previous video I made on DayZ Standalone, but there hasn't been any new DayZ dev blogs. This news is not related to any of that stuff, but regardless, on to the important stuff. So the big news that everyone's been talking about in the past day or so is the addition of the DayZ Early Access and the DayZ Early Access server onto Steam. You can see these two pages right here, which I'll have a link to in your description below. If you don't know what this actually means, essentially there's an app ID on Steam which corresponds to this number. Every single game on Steam has an app ID. If you click on literally any page of a game on a Steam website, you'll see in your URL bar there will be a number, and that number is the app ID of that game. In this case, the example I'm showing you guys is the app ID of Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. And you're probably wondering, because of that, what the two new pages for DayZ Early Access and DayZ Server Early Access look like. Well, they don't actually have pages right now. If you do copy the app IDs and replace the app ID of another game, it will just redirect you to the Steam homepage. It's what happens if you do it for any game which doesn't have a store page set up for it. But it does mean hopefully in the near future we can expect a page which has pricing details, a countdown to when it's going to be public for people to play, and maybe you can buy it and preload it early, or simply some more information on the features of DayZ Standalone, all those kind of things, along with screenshots, videos, and other things to make people, of course, buy the game. And that's not the end of the good news either. There is some more stuff which I'll talk about in a second, but I do get asked very regularly, how much will the standalone cost? It was something which was confirmed a long time ago, but essentially they've got a plan of having a low price for the early alpha, with the pricing plan going up and up as the game does develop, kind of similar to how the Minecraft model worked. So if you buy it early, you're going to get it cheaper, and you'll be able to watch the game develop into something a bit more beautiful for a bit higher of a price. And I will also have a link to that page in the description below, along with everything else. But why does this all mean that the public should get access to the game very soon, you may be asking? Well, if you've been following news for a long time, you will know that there has been a game simply titled DayZ that's been on Steam for almost 3 months now. You can see that also on the SteamDB right here, and you can have a look at its history, and you can see it goes all the way back to 3 months like I just mentioned. So why does that mean that the game should be coming out soon when this has been on Steam sitting there forever? On top of the early access versions of DayZ and DayZ Server being added to the Steam database, Hicks has actually put out some rather interesting tweets, the first of which states right at the start, as you can see here, that they are post-sprint. And this was posted on the 15th of October. Before looking into it, I had no idea what a sprint was either, but I'm going to quote Wikipedia on this one. But it's a software development term, and it's simply a get-together of people involved in a project to give a focused development on the project. So basically, it's all of the developers coming together to create certain features for a certain day, and if that's failed, then it's pushed to the next sprint. And then on the 22nd of October, Hicks tweeted out again saying that they are now mid-sprint. Sprints can of course vary in length, but we seen 3 weeks ago Rocket tweeted out this, which I've shown you guys in the previous dev blog, saying they are on the last lap. On top of this, Hicks now talks about being mid-sprint, obviously being somewhere at least near the end of the development and then the alpha release of the DayZ Standalone onto Steam. And also, you guys might have noticed at the start of this video, although I did mention this in the previous video as well, although it seemed a bit skeptical at the time, but at the start the character is wearing a Guy Fawkes mask, which is why lots of people were led to believe by that dev blog, although it was like 5 weeks ago or something when it got released, that the game would be either released on the 5th of November or sometime around the 5th of November, because of course Guy Fawkes, 5th of November, trying to blow shit up, it all makes sense. Rocket has also stated in the past that he wants a soft release for DayZ Standalone, so he doesn't want a bunch of hype followed by a bunch of disappointment. He wants only people who are really interested in the project to buy it, and with that he can of course get their feedback, getting people to test the game. Rocket has of course disappointed people in the past by not necessarily confirming a release date. He's never done that before, but he has hinted at certain release dates or hinted at a certain time, and then people have been disappointed once they find out the game's been pushed back a few months. The good thing about releasing at a time like this is a lot of big titles are coming out. For example, Call of Duty Ghosts is actually coming out exactly on the 5th of November. Battlefield 4, and if they do release on November the 5th or anytime before that, to be honest, or slightly after that, it's definitely going to be a soft release as Rocket did intend. Along with that really promising news, Hicks also tweeted out 2 new images of DayZ Standalone. One of them, I've got no idea where the hell it is, but it looks pretty cool. There's some clear improvements on the grass, and this is the tweet I showed you guys earlier with Hicks talking about being in mid-sprint, and the second screenshot, which is, if you can't tell already, although I'll give you a few more seconds to work out what it is, it's Electro. It's just beside the Western Fire Station in Electro. I guess I've played DayZ for so long that I just go like, bang, I know what it is, and I just clicked at my microphone. But still, again, shown some materials, it's looking pretty good. The only thing stopping the release in the previous dev blog was the network bubble, and it's 5 weeks or so down the road, so hopefully if that has been fixed, not only will it massively improve the FPS, but it also should mean the dev team is more than happy to give the public the ability to buy the early access DayZ Standalone, as I've shown you guys on Steam, and then kaboom, everyone's going to be happy and be playing DayZ Standalone, and hopefully without the horrible lag you did, of course, getting the DayZ mod. And the final piece of news isn't really a big one, but essentially in one of the new Arma 3 dev updates, they ported some of the props from DayZ Standalone. A lot of them you may have already seen, like the defib, the blood bags, the painkillers, the portable cooker, but there's also a lot of new stuff which we haven't seen before, like the shovel, the metal wire, duct tape. I'm not going to list them all, but you can see essentially, there's been a lot of progress. Of course, these props don't serve any purpose on Arma 3 other than for cosmetic reasons, but on DayZ Standalone, they will have effects on your character. For example, the vitamin bottles. If you don't get your vitamins, you're going to get bad bones and you're going to fall over and die, so I'm looking forward to drinking some of those, or not really drinking, you don't really drink pills, but that's okay. But the TLDR is, it makes perfect sense to come out in the next 2 weeks. That's me being extremely optimistic, as I am with everything. I'm way too optimistic. In fact, I've been optimistic of DayZ coming out in the next 2 weeks for about 9 months now. So maybe it won't come out in the next 2 months. Who the hell knows? But since Rocket did claim it was on the final lap, assuming a lap doesn't take 13 months, it should come out within the next 12 months, which is good. But thanks a lot for watching. As usual, feel free to leave your feedback in the comment section below. Is it going to be coming out soon? Do you have any theories? A lot of people on Reddit have been crafting their own theories as to when it's going to be coming out, most of which agree that it's going to be coming out sometime on the 5th of November, just past it or just before it. Either way, that's pretty soon to today, which is the 23rd of October. But thanks a lot for watching. Like I said, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. DayZ Standalone might be coming out soon, probably not, and I'll see you guys next time.